Hi, I'm Karina. I'm the Vice President of our CSP Sales Operations and the General Manager of Dell Penang. Definitely in Dell, we focus a lot on the career development. You must know what is your strength. That's where you actually can path your career moving forward. The other key point will be, proactively identify opportunity to develop yourself. Don't stop, yeah? You must use every opportunity to learn about the business, seek the development area, and continue to improve your knowledge. Never stop learning. In Dell, we provide a very structured training to allow team members to personalize their career journey. It means that we actually work with you to develop an individual development plan, a plan for you, where it actually helps you to identify your strength, the areas that you are interested, and your development area. Dell has various training programs for all the team members. We have classroom training, we have virtual training, we have mentoring, as well as coaching. Besides that, Dell provides the traveling exposure where it actually creates a faster learning because where you learn about different culture in different countries. So in Dell, we work as a team to make sure that you are successful and then our customers will be successful. We definitely believe that a diverse team is important as it impacts the team morale as well as performance. Dell is committed to diversity and inclusion, not only because it's the right thing to do, but it's because it's the core to our business imperative. We embrace differences that drives innovation solutions to our customers, making us a market leader. Dell is committed in developing women across the global operations, like me, yeah. We offer formal training, networking, mentoring, and other resources effectively to advance women around the globe. Now, gender equality is very important as we believe that everyone has his potential and equal opportunity to grow their careers. So Dell has an employee resource group called ERG, right, that connects team members together with common interests and backgrounds so that they can drive business impact and customer impact. ERG are communities that provides opportunity for personal and professional development through mentoring, volunteering, networking, leadership development, as well as community involvement. I would say two things. One, mindset matters, always on the positive tone. Secondly, it's a long life learning. Learning has to be a journey. So continue learning and enjoy the journey of learning. Hi, I'm Karina. I'm the Vice President of our CSP Sales Operations and the General Manager of Dell Penang. Definitely in Dell, we focus a lot on the career development. You must know what is your strength. That's where you actually can path your career moving forward. The other key point will be, proactively identify opportunity to develop yourself. Don't stop, yeah? You must use every opportunity to learn about the business, seek the development area, and continue to improve your knowledge. Never stop learning. In Dell, we provide a very structured training to allow team members to personalize their career journey. It means that we actually work with you to develop an individual development plan, a plan for you, where it actually helps you to identify your strength, the areas that you are interested, and your development area. Dell has various training programs for all the team members. We have classroom training, we have virtual training, we have mentoring, as well as coaching. Besides that, Dell provides the traveling exposure where it actually creates a faster learning because where you learn about different culture in different countries. So in Dell, we work as a team to make sure that you are successful and then our customers will be successful. We definitely believe that a diverse team is important as it impacts the team morale as well as performance. Dell is committed to diversity and inclusion, not only because it's the right thing to do, but it's because it's the core to our business imperative. We embrace differences that drives innovation solutions to our customers, making us a market leader. Dell is committed in developing women across the global operations, like me, yeah. We offer formal training, networking, mentoring, and other resources effectively to advance women around the globe. Now, gender equality is very important as we believe that everyone has its potential and equal opportunity to grow their careers. So Dell has an employee resource group called ERG, right, that connects team members together with common interests and backgrounds so that they can drive business impact and customer impact. ERG are communities that provides opportunity for personal and professional development through mentoring, volunteering, networking, leadership development, as well as community involvement. I would say two things. One, mindset matters, always on the positive tone. Secondly, it's a long life learning. Learning has to be a journey. So continue learning and enjoy the journey of learning. Hi, I'm Karina. I'm the Vice President of our CSP Sales Operations and the General Manager of Dell Penang. Definitely in Dell, we focus a lot on the career development. You must know what is your strength. That's where you actually can path your career moving forward. The other key point will be, proactively identify opportunity to develop yourself. Don't stop, yeah? You must use every opportunity to learn about the business, seek the development area, and continue to improve your knowledge. Never stop learning. In Dell, we provide a very structured training to allow team members to personalize their career journey. It means that we actually work with you to develop an individual development plan, a plan for you, where it actually helps you to identify your strength, the areas that you're interested, and your development area. Dell has various training programs for all the team members. We have classroom training, we have virtual training, we have mentoring, as well as coaching. Besides that, Dell provides the traveling exposure where it actually creates a faster learning because where he learns about different culture in different countries. So in Dell, we work as a team to make sure that you are successful and then our customers will be successful. We definitely believe that a diverse team is important as it impacts the team morale as well as performance. Dell is committed to diversity and inclusion, not only because it's the right thing to do, but it's because it's the core to our business imperative. We embrace differences that drives innovation solutions to our customers, making us a market leader. Dell is committed in developing women across the global operations, like me. We offer formal training, networking, mentoring, and other resources effectively to advance women around the globe. Now, gender equality is very important as we believe that everyone has its potential and equal opportunity to grow their careers. So Dell has an employee resource group called ERG, right, that connects team members together with common interests and backgrounds so that they can drive business impact and customer impact. ERG are communities that provides opportunity for personal and professional development through mentoring, volunteering, networking, leadership development, as well as community involvement. I would say two things. One, mindset matters, always on the positive tone. Secondly, it's a long life learning. Learning has to be a journey. So continue learning and enjoy the journey of learning. Hi, I'm Karina. I'm the Vice President of our CSP Sales Operations and the General Manager of Dell Penang. Definitely in Dell, we focus a lot on the career development. You must know what is your strength. That's where you actually can path your career moving forward. The other key point will be, proactively identify opportunity to develop yourself. Don't stop, You must use every opportunity to learn about the business, seek the development area, and continue to
27th October. Among the exciting activities we have are webinars happening every day featuring leading Malaysian employers, and today we have a tech powerhouse in Dell Technologies. The topic of choice today is how to build your brand and how to prepare yourself for a virtual interview. Do send in your questions in the chat box and our wonderful panel of experts today will be answering them live here at Grad1 Aspire. To keep up to date with the latest happenings at Grad1 Aspire, follow us on social media at Grad1. So without further ado, I'll now be passing the floor to Miss Patricia, who's the moderator of the day. So Patricia, it's all yours.
Thank you, Wafi. Thank you. Good morning and a very warm welcome to all those who are dialing in today's Dell webinar session on Graduan's platform. My name is Patricia. I'm from the Dell Talent Acquisition team, and I will be the host for today's session. As this is a live session, we highly encourage you to participate in this webinar by submitting your questions in the Q&A tab at any time, and we will try to our best to answer as many as we could. I would like to start off by introducing my team here who's actually on video. I've got here Has Rafinas, Rina Kumari, Isa, Ashley, and Lynn from our Dell Talent Acquisition team, and a very warm welcome to our new University Relations hires, Parthaban and Wanwen, who will be here to share their experiences working in Dell. We have an exciting lineup of topics where my colleague Isa will cover on how you could build your brand, followed by Rena speaking on how to prepare yourself for a virtual interview. And last but not least, a live discussion between Haas and two new hires of Dell sharing their working experiences with you. Let's begin the session. Let's start with you, Isa. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Patricia. Here we go. So, good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? So, this is welcome to Build Your Brand, and I'm Isa. I'm from the Dell Talent Acquisition team, and I'm here to talk about building your personal brand. So, in this session, you will learn tips and specific actions to take to enhance your personal brand, harness the power of social media, and how to develop your network and influence. This is an educational opportunity to take your personal brand to the next level. So, let me walk you through the agenda for today. We are going to learn about what is a brand, why do you need to build a personal brand? How to build your personal brand using a very popular tool? And how do you get yourself out there and create value through social network? So I'm going to ask you all a question. What is a brand? Or rather, what is your personal brand? And what does it mean to you? You can leave your answers in the chat box. We will give you a few seconds and then I'll move on. So, what is a brand or what is your personal brand? What do you think? Are there any answers, Lynn? If not, I can move on.
Yes, please move on.
Okay. So, in simple terms, your personal brand is what makes you you. It is typically the unique combination of skills, experience, and personality that you want the world to see you. Your influence over others' perception is not only what you say, but everything you do or don't do. So, this quote here says it all. As leaders, we all want to be memorable. So, it's up to you to define who you are and to project that. Personal brand is probably a very new concept for students, so stay on to know more. So, why is building your personal brand so important? Any guesses? Let me tell you. So, firstly, building a personal brand or building your brand is your chance to show your audience what you know and why you know it, and it will help you stand out from others. A personal brand is the building blocks that will lead you to success for your future. It can actually help you reach your goals, both personal and professional. And it can also lead to many opportunities for advancement in your career. People are much more likely to listen to someone who is natural and authentic. So if you maintain a personal front, you're guaranteed to inspire trust amongst your audience. Whether you are applying for college or for an entry job level or for your future career, someone is going to be Googling you and screening you online. Some employers even expect you to have an online presence, whereas others just want to ensure you don't have a poor reputation online. Now that you know what is a personal brand and why is it important, today we will be focusing on how to build your personal brand using a very popular tool. Any guesses on what the tool is? The tool is LinkedIn. Okay, so there are lots of other platforms that caters for professional networking. So find a platform that suits you. Today we are going to talk about LinkedIn as a platform to build your personal brand presence with more creativity than what a typical resume allows for. I'm pretty sure most of y'all know LinkedIn by now. It is actually a social network designed for business community. Unlike other social networks in which you might become friends or with anyone and everyone, LinkedIn is about building relationships. It is so far actually the best resourceful business tool for connecting and keeping relationships with your colleagues, potential clients, business partners, and so forth. It is equipped with wide features that help you present yourself in the most simplest way, yet so powerful. LinkedIn is also a place to build your personal brand presence with more creativity than what a typical resume allows for, as I mentioned earlier. So, as you can see, it's no longer that platform you check every 3 to 5 weeks already. People are on it constantly with our world's culture of transparency has increased. To give you a visual, this is how large LinkedIn is. LinkedIn has over 706 million members in 200 countries with over 30 million companies. As of September 2020, there were 5.7 million LinkedIn users in Malaysia, which accounted for 20% of its entire population. Did you know that out of the 2 billion millennials globally, 87 million of them are on LinkedIn? How about that? By building your personal brand on LinkedIn, you will have access to millions of professionals across the globe. So get in the game now. Your LinkedIn profile should be a reflection of your personal brand. When building your profile, think of it as building a house. So at the first stage, of course, a home starts with a solid foundation, right? Second stage is more on settling in, furnishing your home. And the third and last stage is when you bring your audience to your home. Now we are entering the first stage. Let's start to build your profile. Okay, so here's an example of an incomplete profile, or in other words, what your LinkedIn profile should not look like. Would you want to engage with this person? If you were a candidate applying for a role, would you be keen to work for Lauren? Such profiles do not represent their owners, their experiences, and by all means do not reflect the company as a great place to work. As you can see, the profile strength is at the beginner level. No worries, we will show you how you can build that strength up to the all-star level. So let's start with the profile picture. Did you know people spend about 8 seconds to form an opinion about you? On average, 2 of those seconds are spent on your profile picture. They are looking at what you're wearing, your hair, how your facial expression conveys. So it's important that you post the right picture that represents you. It is rather common for new LinkedIn users to leave out their pictures nowadays. While this is up to your discretion, it is highly encouraged to have your picture uploaded to humanize your profile. Members with photo get up to 9 times more connection, 21 times more profile views, 36 more messages because people want to see who you are. So the key takeaway is to take the time to invest in your picture to represent you and what you will bring to your marketplace. After the profile photo, headline is another important section. And if you do not customize it, it will capture your current position title by default. Here are some examples of what your headline should not look like. For instance, take a look at the first one where this person shares a song lyric as her headline, which is completely unprofessional. Do take note that the headline will display directly beneath your name and apply at the top of your profile. It even shows up in search page and in every message or invitation that you send. That's how important a headline is. Here are some great examples of headlines. So make a good headline that describes you. Keep your headline simple but authentic. relatable, and comprehensive. We all have unique expertise and passion, so use it to shine in this section. Okay, so once people have seen your profile picture and your headline, the next section they look for is your summary. So this is actually the number spot that people look to get a snapshot into who you are and your personality. By leaving this section blank or underutilizing the section, like these two examples here, you are missing out on a chance to explain your personal brand and build credibility. As a comparison, here's a good example of a summary. To make it easier, you can actually divide it into three small sections. Firstly, where were you firstly is where you can explain your current role, your background, how you got there, and potentially where do you want to go. So in this paragraph, highlight your professional topics that speak to your personal brand. Secondly, help people understand your unique approach to your work. Explain to them skills you have gained from key learnings, which will influence your reader to connect with you more. Lastly, inject some individuality and show passion outside of your work because people are very interested in knowing who you are, and it's important to be genuine in this section. Now that you've engaged your reader through your compelling summary, they will want to read on to see your experiences. So, your experience section is where you outline your work history. So, please do not leave this description section blank, like the examples shown. People want to know what you actually did in your roles and hear about your accomplishments. The goal of providing your work experience is actually to educate the reader on your path and point them in the direction you are heading. Here an example of what you want your experience section to look like. While it is easy to just copy and paste from your resume, take advantage of this feature to showcase the skill and scope of your role, and you can also tie in those key skills you have gained in each position, which you actually can't in a typical resume. Okay, so now skill section is another great place to highlight any areas of expertise that you have shown here. Your connection can endorse you, which essentially means that they agree you have that skill. You can customize your top 3 skills you want to highlight. So this can be actually like soft skills or technical skills. Another great addition to your profile would be adding in the alumni section as shown above. You can search for them using the filters available and start connecting. As you can see here, an example for you. There are other features that can help customize your profile. If you have volunteered, for instance, in WHO, St. John, etc., included, you can actually create entries just like in your experience section. Very similar feature and concept. So another feature to call out is you can edit your public profile URL. So we suggest that you customize it to a form of your name so that you actually can insert it into your emails or your signature line. Lastly, there is an extensive list of accomplishment that you can actually feature yourself to differentiate in your profile. And once all of this is done, your profile is actually done. All right, now you have built a solid foundation to an all-star LinkedIn profile. As time passes, your house will need some updates and repairs. So please take note that take care of your house. So that it can support you in your career goals and reflect your personal brand. Now that we're all set up, it's time to settle in and furnish your house. Start making your personal brand something welcoming and your digital home someplace worth showing off. Let's dive into stage 2. Engagement is an important part of social networking and key to building relationships. Here are some basic ways to engage on LinkedIn. Firstly, connections. Connections are how you build your network and essentially create your newsfeed on your LinkedIn homepage through their status updates. If you're a fresh grad, your peers at your university are people you should be connecting first. It's important to learn how to send an effective connection request, especially to someone who you are not familiar with. Next is when networking. We are talking about networking here. So make sure you do your research first. Okay. LinkedIn has a lot of information about people, companies, and so forth. So gain some insights, find commonalities, and then connect with genuine questions. Lastly is recommendations. So recommendations are a great feature to have on your profile, but it is the hardest piece to fulfill because it requires effort from somebody else, right? But no worries, you do not need to rush into this particular recommendation section. One way is to just simply ask a person if they are willing to write a recommendation about you. To further engage on LinkedIn, there are also groups that you can request to join that are focused on specific areas of expertise. Groups are communities that consist of like minded professionals where you can read relevant content and post discussion on a certain topic. So here are some steps to actually navigate around the page to find groups. Groups are also a great way to build a reputation. Share your thought leadership, and connect with other LinkedIn users. It can definitely give you a lot of benefits through groups. Now it's time to invite people to your house, almost like having a party. So share, speak, and start a dialogue. This is how you'll push your personal brand and your career to all new heights. So welcome to stage 3. So, in this section, we will talk about status updates. Very similar to Facebook, the most common form of posting on LinkedIn is also the status update. Why? Because to build your brand and invite others to engage with you is the best way, actually. And if you're wondering, what do I post? Well, you can share an article, you can spark conversation through a video or photo just like Facebook. So, of course, with fun hashtags. So, this is how you engage more through status updates. Besides status updates, Publisher is also another feature used to write a longer forum or article that will establish your thought leadership and become a permanent part of your profile. A publisher post is more in depth and drives more traffic to your profile because its reach it's more it's more broad and outside of your immediate connections. Once you hit publish, the article will become a permanent part of your profile, unlike statuses which fade away after a while. If you love writing or if you're into journalism, you can do this. To reiterate, we have discussed in depth how to build your brand and ways to engage and listen. There are tons of great benefits to posting on LinkedIn. The more value and valuable content you provide, the most trust and credibility you build. Posting helps you grow and gain a new audience too. So people who find your content valuable will share it with their networks, which will give you maximum reach in very minimal time. Finally, now you have completed all of the stages and have the tools necessary to create an all-star profile. It's time you take action. Okay, so remember, it's your personal brand. Build your platform only to connect with people you think is relevant. Identify your uniqueness and your strengths. Share your knowledge. Be yourself. Identify values and set priorities. Once you're ready to engage, remember to be friendly and have fun. Now I will let my colleague Rina to take on the next section.
Thank you, Isa. Hope you guys can hear me very clearly. Hello, everyone. My name is Rina, and today I'll be talking about how to prepare yourself for a virtual interview. In efforts to limit the spread of the COVID 19, many companies have adapted to remote work by leveraging video systems like Zoom to connect virtually with their employers or employees. Employers who are still actively hiring, just like Dell, are opting for virtual interactions to take the place of in person job interviews. This shift in the career marketplace has changed the way we conduct our professional lives and hiring processes. So, what's a virtual interview? If you have never experienced a virtual interview before, a virtual interview is an interview that takes place remotely, often using technology like video conferencing. Although the interviewer's questions are likely to be similar to ones posed in an in person interview, there will be differences between interviewing in person versus interviewing virtually. So, if you are currently on the job hunt or moving on to the next step of the hiring process, here are some best practices to help you ace your virtual interview and to get you set up for success. We're going to share with you some of the do's and don'ts of a virtual interview. Let's go through on the do's first. Hi, Isa, you can move on to the next slide. So you can click. All right. So these are some of the do's that we have came up with. So the first thing that you need to do before you actually attend a virtual interview is to research about the company that you're going to be interviewing with. It is very important for you to read up about the company, also to make sure the job description is something that you are well versed with, and also research about the professional who will be interviewing you. With this knowledge in mind, you will be ready to tackle any questions inquired about the position and also make a good impression to the interviewer. Next is to find an ideal location. Since you don't since you can't be interviewed in an office setting, select an appropriate environment that reflects professionalism. Set up your webcam in a tidy area with sufficient lighting and a blank background without any posters or objects. You want the interviewer to focus only on you. An ideal location will be definitely your home, but if you can't take the interview at home, then you might consider taking it somewhere which you think it is appropriate. Next, very important is the internet connection. Since it's a virtual interview, you will need to make sure that you have proper internet connection. The last thing you want before a virtual interview is having no internet connection. Save yourself the panic, avoid the dreadful task of having to cancel an interview. So make sure you check your Wi-Fi setting, make sure it's working properly before the interview. All right. And next is also to test the tools. So let's say if you're going to use Zoom for the interview, you will need to ensure that the tool is working properly. Besides that, you also need to make sure your microphones are working, and um, the person on the other side can hear you clearly. So have a quick test call with a friend so that you can ensure that the other party can hear you very clearly, and also test your webcam. Before the interview, it's also crucial for you to rehearse the interview. All right. If you have never done a digital interview before, it would be wise to practice ahead of the big day. Prepare for the interview by either doing a trial call with a friend who can give you a feedback, or by recording a practice interview that you can watch later. A rehearsal will boost your self confidence and prepare you for the real thing. Try running through common interview questions. Practice looking directly at the webcam instead of yourself, and also try out different postures and tones of voice. And it's also very important to dress appropriately for a virtual interview. Just because a virtual interview isn't in person doesn't mean you don't dress the part. All right. Whether your interview is taking place at home or in the local library, you must still wear a professional outfit. You might want to also do a research on what is the dress code of the company so that you can dress appropriately. Make sure to also dress appropriately from the waist down, because you don't want your potential boss to catch you wearing a shorts or things like that. All right. Next is, it's important for you to stay professional. It's easy to get comfortable and a little casual while interviewing from the comfort of your home. However, you must treat the interview like you would in a physical workplace by maintaining a professional tone. So that means avoiding the use of slang, keeping a good posture, and focusing on the interview is very important. At the same time, you need to also portray your personality. All right. It's important to let your personality shine through during the interview. Some things that to keep that you need to keep in mind is to smile and make sure you have eye contact with the interviewer. Do not be afraid to show off your humor, either while keeping your professional. Employers want to hire people who are skilled and experienced but pleasant to be around with. So make sure you portray your personality when you are speaking. Be confident. It is normal to be nervous in any interview, but for camera shy people, virtual calls can be even more stressful. Try to remain calm, confident, and proactive as much as you might hate being in front of the camera. It's crucial that you discuss your skills and experience with clarity and confidence. Ask questions, and if you can't hear them due to the technical glitches, don't be shy to pause and ask them to repeat themselves. The hiring panel will respect you for your self assurance and dignity. Finally, other than giving a good impression, it is also very important to follow up your interview. So do this by following up after the interview with a thank you note. This will not only show that you are determined but respectful too. It will also help you to stand out among the other candidates. So now that we have seen all the do's for a virtual interview, I will move on to share about the things that you should avoid for a virtual interview, or in other words, the don'ts. Very important, don't be late. So you might be thinking, how can I be late? There may be no traffic to worry about, but you could still be late for your virtual interview. Technical crashes, a broken webcam, or a crying child could keep you from being punctual. Do your best to be on time, ready for the call by preparing yourself minutes or even hours beforehand. Make sure you do not choose a public place to attend for an interview. If you truly want to portray a professionalism, going to a loud, noisy place is a no-go. Find a perfect setting for your interview might be a struggle, but your local coffee shop or any cafes is guaranteed to be noisy and distracting environment. There is no use taking an interview if your answers can't be heard, and it would be downright embarrassing if you if you have to keep shouting over a busy background. The next thing that you should avoid is fiddling with your camera. Virtual interviews can be messy, especially when there is a shaky video screen. Don't mess around with the video cam or the webcam too much, and it will leave your interviewers busy and distracted. If you need to use a mobile phone for the video call, prop it up somewhere where it can't rock or fall. Likewise, set up your laptop or webcam on a steady surface. This will save you from a lot of awkward movements during the call. Never get distracted during your virtual interview. A great technique to show professionalism and confidence during an interview is keeping eye contact with the hiring panel. Otherwise, it's easy to get distracted by other things. A safe plan would be to switch off your mobile phone, close any other computer programs, and sit in a distraction free zone in your house. It's also vital that you do not stare at your own reflection during the call. Only pay attention to the interviewer. Never turn off your camera. As mentioned earlier, video interviews can be terrifying when you are camera shy. Although tempting, do not turn off your camera. Both you and the hiring panel should be visible during the virtual call. So keep the camera on throughout. It will be quite awkward for your potential employer to be speaking to a blank screen. Plus, it demonstrates a lack of ability to handle video calls in a real work setting. Besides that, it's also important, like I mentioned earlier on, it is crucial for you to do your homework. Read up about the job that you're applying for. Also read up about the company, the interviewer. So during the interview, you may want to refer to something that is included in your CV or portfolio. However, it is important to avoid clicking through your computer and searching through files while on the call. Instead, print them out to use them for references. And if you need to take notes, opt to jot them down by hand instead of typing them up, as it will look more professional. Never recite your interview answers. This is one major interview mistake. which is reading out your interview answers from a screen or paper. Do not underestimate your interview panels because they will definitely know that you're reading from a script. All right. While you should prepare some answers for the most challenging interview questions, you mustn't read them off a script. You wouldn't do this if the interviewer is in person. So there is no need to do it while you're online. Instead, practice your answers in advance and try to memorize your best responses so that you can use them on the spot. Never interrupt the interviewer. Virtual interviews can be frustrating, especially when there is more than one interviewer. People tend to interrupt and talk over each other, and this results in overlapping communication. If this is the case with the interview panel, stay silent, wait for the chatter to end before giving your answers. It's also vital to avoid cutting off the interviewers mid sentence. If you disagree with something, do not talk over them or strike yourself as professional by waiting for the employer to finish talking. Last but not least, never forget your body language. Just as you would in a physical interview, be mindful of your body language. Do not hunch, avoid smiling excessively, and don't stare at the screen. Instead, sit up straight, control your expression, and use your hands to express yourself. Of course, do this moderately and not in an animated or forced manner. So, we have covered the do's and the don'ts, and next we have something very exciting for you, which is a role play by our very own Dell employees. We are going to show you two scenarios of virtual interview, of which one will portray a successful interview and the other will be a total disaster. So first, let me introduce you our actors for today. For the first role play, we have Isa, who will be the interviewer, whereas Patricia will be the candidate for the first role play. So over to you guys.
Thank you, Rina.
Hi, Patricia. Great meeting you. Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning,
Is.
Isa.
Sorry.
Hi. So
Hi,
sorry.
Patricia. So I'm Isa from Dell. Thank you so much for joining. Really excited to have you here.
Yep. Good morning, Isa. Apologies. I am so excited to be here, and thank you for allowing me the chance to be in this interview.
Sure. So why don't we start off for you by telling me a little bit about yourself here?
Sure. So, I grew up in a very small town by the name of Alusta. I think most people might not have heard of it, but it's a very interesting town where it was the birth of two prominent Malaysian prime ministers, which is Tunku Abdul Rahman and Tun Dr. Mahathir.
Wow.
So yeah, so I know you recognize it because you listed your secondary school
Yes.
in Alusta
Yes,
on
yes.
LinkedIn.
Such a small world.
Yes, indeed, and it was the same school as I attended, before.
Mm.
And I subsequently continued my studies in University of Malaya in English education. So during my time in university, I was very active, participating in across university debates,
Mhm.
and was the president of the Interact Club for University of Malaya.
Oh, wow. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that.
No
Can you
problem.
tell me about why do you want to work in Dell?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. So,
Mhm.
basically, I did a quick research on Dell, and I understand from your company profile that it is the top company in the world. Now, it provides end-to-end solutions to its customers. Now, I have personally have always been interested in the progress of new technologies, and I believe that Dell is the forefront of championing this.
Yep, yep. Definitely. Great to hear that. So as you know, this is a sales position. So can you tell me what are you looking for in this position?
Sure,
Yeah.
I'm looking for an opportunity to utilize my strong interpersonal skills. Now, I'm confident that my experiences gained from my participation during my university days in Rotary Club and Debate Society will help me build relationships confidently with my customers, whether through the telephone or email.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for this. This is really helpful for me to get to know you better today. So that concludes the interview. I will get back to you in a few weeks. So till then, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Isa. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Wow, thank you guys. I must tell you that was a very good virtual interview. And Patricia, I hope you get hired by Dell. Next, let's move on to the second role play, and we have Ashley Jacob as the interviewer and our superstar Hasrafinas as the candidate. Over to you guys.
Hi, Haz. Good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, Ashley. I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Ashley?
I'm doing great. It's a lovely morning. Let me start off with checking with you. Can you see me and hear me clearly?
Yes, yes, Ashley. Very clear, out loud and clear. Yes.
Wonderful. Same as well. I can hear you clearly. So let's start off with understanding more about you. I know that you have applied for a role with us for a tech support engineer. So first of all, thank you for applying for that job. I am the hiring manager for this role, and I would like to talk more with you to know you better. So let me start off with asking you, tell me something about yourself, about your current role, and what type of responsibilities do you manage in your current role?
I am currently working as the customer service representative is in one of the company. I don't reveal the company name lah here, but I think it's in my resume. I'm serving customer lah, over the phone.
Okay, so okay, I understand that you're in a customer service role, and I see that the company name is ABC Limited, right? Why would
Uh,
you call it out in the interview?
sorry again.
I see that the company that you work in is ABC Limited. You have mentioned that in your resume, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. All right. Can you tell me something more about your role? I know that it's a customer care role. What do you do in that?
Um. Excuse me, Ashley. I've got a phone call. Can I take the call? I'm so sorry, Ashley.
Sure, no problem.
Hello. Hello. Huh? Who's Laju? I'm on a call now. I'm in a meeting. I actually got interview. I cannot go down now. Can you just leave it at Kapos? Cannot. Then never mind. Then never mind. I will come and pick up myself. Sorry. I need to go back to the call. Thank you. Okay. Bye bye. Sorry, Ashley. Sorry. It's a courier service, Ashley. I'm so sorry.
No problem. It happens. Has do you just want to move the objects aside you? It's actually obstructing the camera. I'm not.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
It's actually just now my breakfast. I'm sorry, Ashley.
No problem. No problem. So you have applied for a tech support role with us. Do you know the nature of the role? What did you understand looking at the job description?
From the JD I've read through, I think yes, I understand. It's about giving out, the troubleshooting, instruction to customer. I think more or less, like probably, telephone operators. I guess that's what I understand from the JD. Um, yes, I think it's very similar to what I'm currently doing, which is, and now I'm also serving customer over the phone.
Okay. So it's very similar to currently what you're doing. Do you want to talk more about it? I know it was a job description. You can take your time, spend a minute more on it.
Talk about my current role or talk about your role?
The job description for the role that you applied.
Oh, about Dell one lah, right?
Yeah.
It's like I've told you earlier. It's about serving the giving out the customer service and also technical, instruction to customer. Definitely it's not a face to face lah. From what written in the JD, it is also over the call.
Sure. Okay. Okay. And Has, you understand that this role is a night shift role? Did you read that?
Yes. It is stated in the job description as well. I'm sorry, Ashley. I got one more call. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Ashley.
No problem.
Hello. I cannot take. I told you already. I cannot take. You cannot leave it at the gapos. I will go and take in the office, right? Just leave the collection note lah. I'm in a call. I need to go back to the call. Just write my name. Leave the notes in the post box. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, Ashley. Sorry. Today they want to call like so many times. Already told I will go and collect some more call. I'm sorry, Ashley.
No problem. No problem. I thought that this was a scheduled interview, and you knew that we.
Yes. This call from courier service is not scheduled. Also, Ashley, I'm so sorry.
No problem. Okay. Can you tell me something about Dell? What do you know about Dell?
Dell. Dell is a company selling laptop, desktop, and then after we purchase our laptop, our desktop, there will be also call center, because I bought my Dell laptop, so I know lah, if I have problem, then I can call to Dell. They will then assist me.
Okay. Coming back to the question about the shift, right? Do you have experience working in the night shift or in a rotational shift?
Not night shift. My current job, actually, I'm working on morning and afternoon shift. So I don't think it will be a problem. But let me try first lah. If let's say after I'm hired, then probably I'm not suitable for the job, then I'll think about it lah. Let me join first and try out the night shift.
Well, a night shift or a rotational shift can be very demanding. It is completely opposite to what we normally live, right? So it can be very demanding. I wouldn't like you to just try, because once, if you join us, you're required to deliver on the responsibilities that you have for this role, right? So are you prepared to apply for a night shift role? Because you don't.
I don't think it's gonna be so much of different lah. Actually, it's just a matter of working in the daytime or working on nighttime only. Now I'm on shift but daytime lah. But if you don't let me try, how I know? You also don't know. I also don't know whether I can work on night shift or not.
Well, I know, because I have a team that works in the night shift.
So I think I can lah. Actually, I think I can.
Okay. So tell me something about your, responsibilities in the current role. Especially, what are your KPIs? What are you required to deliver?
Current role, the KPI is. I am so sorry, Ashley. I need to take this call. I'm sorry.
Let's do this. I think
sorry,
you are being interrupted for the call again and again. Let's just reschedule this, because it's disturbing the flow, and even I am not able to concentrate in asking you relevant questions, right?
Okay. So we can get this reschedule, right?
Yes, we would do that, because I do have other candidates also to interview. So we will go according to what the schedule looks like after reviewing all of them, right? So
okay lah. Thank you. Actually, I wait for the rescheduling lah. I'm so sorry. I didn't expect so many call. This call sometimes during we don't want to pick up, then they will keep on calling lah. I'm so sorry. Actually, we get this reschedule lah.
Yeah. Well, you could have kept the phone on silent, right? Because this was.
I will. Actually, I will.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, Has. Nice talking to you.
Thank you, Ashley. Have a good day,
Bye.
Ashley.
Oh my God, I wish I feel that all of y'all would have had a great laugh. So that is one virtual interview that you should avoid. All right. The candidate had so many distractions. The phone kept ringing. She wasn't prepared. She didn't even read the job description. So thank you guys, and I'm so sorry, Has. I'm not sure whether Dell would ever hire you. So I hope you guys have learned something from today's session, and we wish all the best. In your future interviews, be it a person interview or even a virtual interview. So I think there are some questions that has came up through the chat. Lynn, do you want to probably read them out for us?
Okay, so why not we take all these questions towards the end after
Okay,
the
can.
closing.
All right. So thank you so much for your participation. And before we end today's session, let's move on quickly to the final part of this webinar. So I will pass the floor to my colleague Has. Over to you, Has.
Hi everyone. All right. So my name is Has. I am from the talent acquisition team. All right. So this session is the Dell graduates sharing. All right. So in Dell we have few programs designed under our university relations. All right, in giving out the opportunity for fresh graduates to be hired into Dell and be part of our Dell family. All right. So today, we have two the lucky panelists here. All right, whom have been successfully hired into Dell from our Dell University Relations program. All right, so they are both specially invited to this session on today's lovely Sunday, as we are getting them, to be sharing, some of the tips, probably, uh, a bit of sharings of their journey in Dell as of today. All right, so welcome to both of you. All right, so I get to get yourself introduced. All right, so let's start with ladies first.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Wanwin, or you can know me as Stella as well. I'm a graduate from University Utara, Malaysia, class of 2019 under Bachelor of Marketing. So I've been with Dell for almost a year now. My current role is Inside Sales Representative under Consumer Small Business Division, handling small business accounts in Singapore region.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Wanwon. Yes. We have our handsome guy here. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, myself Parthiban Selvam, and I'm a software engineer in Dell. I have a double degree in software engineering and digital system security. I graduated in 2019 from INTI International University Malaysia, collaboration with University of Wollongong, Australia. And I'm from data engineering team, and I'm currently working with clients from United States.
All right. So, good to have both of you. All right. Mr. Software Engineer and also one word. All right. Okay. My next question. All right. So, for all of us, all right, including me myself, all right. So, while we were studying, I guess, same goes to all the fresh graduates that, we have, in this webinar. So, while we were, studying, we always think about where would I want to work, right? So for both of you, all right, so which probably industry, all right, so are you thinking of working with, after you have graduated, and why, are you looking at that industry, to pursue your career in? Parthiban?
Yeah, I will say I will wanted to work with a telecommunication provider industry.
All right,
Yeah.
telecommunication provider. Why is that? Free phone lines?
Actually not to that. Okay.
All right.
Because I was actually doing an internship with one of the company,
I
one of
see.
the telecommunication provider.
All right.
And also when I walk into the company, right? So I did not have any dedicated workspace given to me.
Oh.
So yeah, I can actually work from anywhere I want, which means I can just just sit at the cafe. I can sit at the lake and anywhere I want, even beside any sea levels.
I see. Very interesting,
Yeah,
Parthiban. All right. So that was during your internship placement.
correct. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. All right. How about you, Wanwan?
So the industry that I particularly wanted to go into is FMCG, also known as fast moving consumer goods industry.
I see.
So it is actually very dynamic and highly innovative industry, and
Mhm.
there's always the need for fresh and exciting ideas related to marketing, advertising, product packaging. So these are all the things that is synonym to what I've been learning as a marketing student.
I
So
see.
it actually matches what is the requirement, and so that's how I wanted to get into FMCG.
All right. So very, very interesting. All right. To know that, we have this, industry where, you don't have, data to work on, specific dedicated workplace, all day long. And yes, uh, I believe that, FMCG industry, comes with various of interesting, attractive marketing strategy. All right, so fair enough. As fresh graduates, we always look at things the way, how we want it for us, right? So all right, so being for some time in Dell, all right. So Dell as the first employer after you have graduated. Unfortunately, it's not the industry that you have been looking out. So one word, Parthiban, you have been here for more than 6 months in Dell, right? So tell us how's Dell has been treating you so far. All right. And um uh, probably you want to share also what is the most best value, all right, that will keep you striving your career goal in Dell. One word you might want to go first.
Okay, sure. So basically, in my role as an inside sales representative, it is fun. Every day is a new learning curve for me. So there's a lot of growth potential in my current role. So I might be looking at a few more years in this current role and learning more of the ropes of this industry from my seniors and also from my superiors. And what I like about the current role is the flexibility given by Dell to my team to work from home. So basically, I can work anywhere that I like, such as what Parthiban experienced during his internship. So this is something that I would appreciate, like especially during this current situation that we are offered the work from home program. So it actually helps a lot. And for my opinion, the value that I get from this job itself is reliability.
All
So
right.
basically, as an inside sales rep, I'm also the account manager, the product consultant for my base customer base. So basically, they look at me as someone that is dependable, trustworthy. So this is something that the value that I take not only for my current job role, but also impacted on my daily life as well.
All right, all right. Very good to know. All right, it's very, it's great to hear. All right, because I believe one word, and the rest of the fresh graduates out there, reliable. It's the traits that this is not something that being taught in any of your subject in university. All right, so great to hear that one word that you've get to get this learned and get these reliable traits built up not just for yourself but also for the benefits to Dell Technologies and also our customers. All right. Okay. How about you, our Mr. Engineer?
Yeah. So Dell has been treating me very well from the first day I joined,
All
actually,
right.
and even till now in the company. So
All right.
Dell has been providing me a good platform to actually grow in my career and bring them up to the next level in my career pathway.
All right.
Also in Dell, you can share your ideas and submit them to get reviewed by the team and make them to come alive actually.
All right.
Yep.
So probably you might want to share with us, probably from the, real life scenario, how have, you get your ideas shared, and it's being taken up to the next level, Patiban.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so how do I get a job in Dell? So
Oh,
I
okay.
actually joined Dell through Hack to Hire program, which was provided by Dell itself. So they come to my university and they arrange this competition.
All
So
right.
I participate with my team members. So I presented all my ideas and prototypes to the vice president of the Dell. So she liked it. Then she accepted me into a company, and I'm here now.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So for all of you, just to let you know that Hack to Hire is actually one of our university relation program where, Hack to Hire is a 2 days program, that observes students problem solving, teamwork, and solution articulation. All right. So Hack to Hire is a unique platform for fresh graduates, right, for students to accelerate their learning and prepare for real industry problems. Thank you so much, Partiban, to get this shared with us. All right, guys, I think, with these sharings, right? So, and of course, I guess this is a wonderful sharing from our two fellow fresh graduates who have been successfully hired. And to all the fresh graduates, earlier in the session we have built your brand session, to get all of you prepared with the all-star profiles. And we have also shared with you the do and don'ts, for you to prepare for our for the virtual interview and these sharing. So all the best to all of you. All right, good luck, in finding your dream role from this graduate event. Thank you so much, everyone. Back to you, Isa. Sorry, back to you, Pat.
Thank you, Has. Thank you, Has. Thank you, Pataban, and thank you, Wanwen, for sharing your journey in Dell with the audience here. So, lastly, we will have a few minutes to answer any of those questions which you have submitted to us here. I'll hand over this session to Lynn now.
Okay, hi everyone. So in short of time, let's get on to the questions. Okay, so the first question will be addressing to Isa's presentation. So Isa, the question from the audience is, if there are friends of mine who does not have LinkedIn, do they have a chance being recruited?
Yes, of course. Actually, LinkedIn, as I mentioned in my presentation earlier, it's a tool to, build your brand. So it is recommended you have it, but if you don't have it, you can still, apply for jobs in Dell through our talent career network in Dell
Okay.
itself. Yeah.
So the next question will be, what is the most suitable content to be uploaded in LinkedIn?
Okay, as per the presentation as well. So you can actually share articles, share blogs, you can share your thoughts in your area of expertise, spark a conversation, through a photo or video, just like Facebook, very similar. You can do all that on LinkedIn.
Okay. How
Yeah.
can we create meaningful and beneficial relationship on LinkedIn?
Okay, so to build relationship, you can start off by connection. So you connect through groups. You can connect with because in groups you have like-minded professionals, and you can connect with your peers. You can share contents and post discussions. So that is a very good way to build relationship.
Should I include jobs that I've done and it is not related to the jobs that I'm looking for?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's fine if you want to include the jobs that you have done in the past. It actually shows your capability, from overall. It gives you a wider, it gives the employer to understand your profile that you have done more than what the role that you're applying for. So yes, definitely.
Okay, so what's the best way to follow people on LinkedIn, and can I directly approach them?
Yeah, okay. So LinkedIn, the best way is sending a connection request. It's good to start off with people you know first, like within your university or workplace. So sending a connection request would be the best way to start off and to connect with people. Otherwise, you can also, go into groups, get to know them, and, connect with those people there.
Okay, can I include freelance jobs in LinkedIn?
Yes, definitely you can include freelance jobs. Yeah.
Does the number of connection I have on LinkedIn will affect my account?
Okay, so the numbers do not affect your account, but definitely it will help to give you a wider network, because the more people you connect with, the more you get reach, the better reach you get, when you do a post, or when people like, that those first connection of those people and second connection will be able to see, so you get a wider reach. Yeah, that's
Okay,
how it can, yeah.
and I think this is actually a very good question.
Mhm.
What is the most attractive component that recruiters see on LinkedIn profile?
Okay. So the most attractive component definitely will be the summary. It's actually the number one spot people look at to get a snapshot into who you are. So, as I mentioned in the presentation earlier, you can have a look at the recorded section if you have missed it. You can actually put in 3 parts in your summary, because it's very important to highlight your summary part in your profile.
Okay, so what sort of skills or talent do employers look for when they are looking into our LinkedIn profile?
Okay, employers, when you talk about like skills and background, right? So employers look for soft skills and technical skills, or anything that is related to their profession. So both this kind of skills should be a balance. Yeah, that's how we look at it.
How to attract others to look into my LinkedIn profile?
Okay, definitely. If you ask me, I would say by having an all-star profile. So having an all-star profile means you have a complete profile of in your LinkedIn. That means you have a profile picture, a good profile picture, you have a good headline, you do your summary up properly, and then even your experience section, it's complete. You add in your medias and all that with extra projects, and then you connect with like groups and all there. So this is definitely an all-star profile, where your profile will be coming up as well when people, like all those connection, in general, when you want to connect with people, your profile will even pop up like, oh, you may know this person, or you may want to connect with this person. Those kind of recommendations will come up in LinkedIn for you.
Okay, how to get endorsed for the skills that I have included in our profile? And is there any tips or recommendation for who is eligible to endorse our skill?
Okay, so endorsement, all your connection will be able to do it. It's basically, it's up to them how they want to endorse it. I mean, you can't endorse for yourself, right? So they will be endorsing for you. So what I would recommend is you just list out your top 3 skills. Or if you have more than that, you can put in like soft skills, technical skills. Like if you are in sales, you can do skills like, account management, sales, and then you can do like like all the soft skills that you have, the good presentation skills and things like that. And then people in your connections will actually click to endorse. So you can even endorse other people. So when you are active doing this, you will get people to endorse your skills.
Okay, Isa, we just have another question that just popped in a minute ago. So the question goes that what are the best type of content to be posted on LinkedIn?
Okay. I think it's similar to the
Yep.
earlier one. Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, it's more like you can post like any articles, any blog. You can share your thoughts. Very similar to Facebook. You can start conversation through photo and video. You can do all those kind of things in your profile. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Isa. So the next part will go on to Rina with regards to the virtual interview. Okay, so the question from the audience will be, what would it be best appropriate to ask a feedback during the interview or after it's been concluded?
Okay. So for feedback, right? I think it is not appropriate to ask for a feedback immediately because definitely the interviewer will be still interviewing other candidates. So they will still need to assess, stack rank all the candidates whom they have spoken before they can give you, a solid feedback. So as for Dell, we would send you an feedback of whether you're shortlisted or if you're rejected within 14 days after you have attended an interview in Dell. So best is to wait until the company or the employer contacts you with the feedback.
Okay, the next question is, what if every candidate send a follow-up email? What makes them different from each other?
Okay, so sending follow-up email or a thank you note actually portrays that you're very determined for the job, or also a sign of respect to the interviewer for his or her time. Okay, the person actually spent time interviewing you and so on. However, I think the most important thing that will determine whether you stand out among other candidates is how you perform entirely in the interview. So how you answered the question and how well did you know about the role. So that is what will actually determine you, or make you stand out from other candidates. It is not basically just a follow up email or a thank you note.
Okay, Reina. So the last question will be, what's the most difficult thing that you face during virtual interview?
So I think the number one issue that we all face is internet connectivity. Because having a virtual interview, we need to ensure that the internet connectivity on both sides is strong, be it the interviewer and the candidate. So I think internet connectivity is number one, and number two is that some candidates are not comfortable being on camera, and they may not present as well as they would in in-person situation. So that is another challenge that we face. So sometimes we have virtual interviews, but after when we call, they might have performed very well in a virtual interview, but they might have not performed so well in an in-person interview, and vice versa, right? So that is the two, I think, main challenges that we face when it comes to a virtual interview. So I hope I have answered the questions.
Yes, that's all that we have for the Q&A session. Right. So now we are back to Wafi.
Hi guys, thank you so much for that really insightful session. Personally, my favorite part was, of course, Hassan Ashley's role play there. Had me smirking all the way. And that's exactly how the interview should not go. But I do hope that Has manages to do better in the next interview. So thank you so much to Dell's panel, and we'd like to invite all viewers to continue browsing through the different opportunities available at Graduan Aspire, and don't forget to visit Dell's virtual booth, and you can use the interview tips that you've learned today. Once again, thank you to the Dell panel. Thank you, Lynn, Patricia, and all speakers. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.
Hi, I'm Karina. I'm the Vice President of our CSB Sales Operations and the General Manager of Dell Penang. Definitely in Dell, we focus a lot on the career development. You must know what is your strength. That's where you actually can path your career moving forward. The other key point will be, proactively identify opportunity to develop yourself. Don't stop, yeah? You must use every opportunity to learn about the business, seek the development area, and continue to improve your knowledge. Never stop learning. In Dell, we provide a very structured training to allow team members to personalize their career journey. It means that we actually work with you to develop an individual development plan, a plan for you, where it actually helps you to identify your strength, the areas that you are interested, and your development area. Dell has various training programs for all the team members. We have classroom training, we have virtual training, we have mentoring, as well as coaching. Besides that, Dell provides the traveling exposure where it actually creates a faster learning because where you learn about different culture in different countries. So in Dell, we work as a team to make sure that you are successful and then our customers will be successful. We definitely believe that a diverse team is important as it impacts the team morale as well as performance. Dell is committed to diversity and inclusion, not only because it's the right thing to do, but it's because it's the core to our business imperative. We embrace differences that drives innovation solutions to our customers, making us a market leader. Dell is committed in developing women across the global operations, like me, yeah. We offer formal training, networking, mentoring, and other resources effectively to advance women around the globe. Now, gender equality is very important as we believe that everyone has his potential and equal opportunity to grow their careers. So Dell has an employee resource group called ERG, right, that connects team members together with common interests and backgrounds so that they can drive business impact and customer impact. ERG are communities that provides opportunity for personal and professional development through mentoring, voluntary, networking, leadership development, as well as community involvement. I would say two things. One, mindset matters, always on the positive tone. Secondly, it's a long life learning. Learning has to be a journey. So continue learning and enjoy the journey of learning.
Baby, you can get on my boat and make it rock, yes.